Naaman was commander of the army of Aram, a mighty warrior, honored by his king, victorious in battle. But beneath the armor, hidden from sight, he carried a wound no power could heal. Naaman was a leper. In one of their raids against Israel, the Syrians had carried off a little Israelite girl. She became a servant of Naaman's wife and served in Naaman's household diligently. One day, she said to her mistress, "If only my master were with the prophet in Samaria, he would cure him of his leprosy." Her words carried hope beyond borders. When Naaman heard of this, he went to his king and told him what the girl had said. The king sent him with treasures and a letter to the king of Israel. So Naaman set out, taking 30,000 pieces of silver, 6,000 pieces of gold, and 10 changes of fine clothes. The letter that he took read, "This letter will introduce my officer Naaman. I want you to cure him of his disease." But when the king of Israel read the letter, he tore his clothes in despair. "Am I God to kill and to make alive? Why does he send this man to me?" He feared it was a trap. Elisha heard of the king's distress and sent word, "Let him come to me, and he shall know there is a prophet in Israel." Naaman arrived with horses and chariots, halting before Elisha's house. He expected grandeur, but Elisha sent only a messenger, and the messenger told him, "Go, wash in the Jordan 7 times, and you will be clean." Naaman was furious. "I thought he would call on the name of the Lord his God, wave his hand over the spot, and cure me. Are not the rivers of Damascus better than all the waters of Israel?" In pride he turned away, but his servants pleaded gently, "My father, if the prophet had asked you to do something great, would you not have done it? How much more then, when he says simply, 'Wash and be clean'?" Naaman descended into the Jordan. Once, twice, 6 times he dipped, and nothing changed. But on the 7th, his flesh was restored like that of a young child. He was clean. Tears of wonder filled his eyes. Naaman returned to Elisha, humbled and grateful. He bowed low, offering treasures of silver, gold, and garments. Elisha refused the gifts, for healing was God's gift alone. Naaman then asked for 2 new loads of Israel's soil, vowing to worship only the Lord from that day forward. Naaman stood before Elisha and said, "Now I know that there is no God in all the earth except in Israel." Overflowing with gratitude, Naaman continued to urge Elisha to accept gifts. But Elisha replied, "As surely as the Lord lives, I will accept nothing." Elisha said to him, "Go in peace." And Naaman departed, a changed man, healed in body and spirit. But Gehazi, Elisha's servant, thought, "My master has spared this Aramean. As the Lord lives, I will run after him and take something." Gehazi caught up with Naaman, who stopped his chariot. Gehazi lied, "My master sent me to tell you that just now 2 members of the group of prophets in the hill country of Ephraim arrived, and he would like you to give them 3,000 pieces of silver and 2 changes of fine clothes." Naaman gave generously 6,000 pieces of silver and fine clothes, sending servants to carry the gifts. When they reached the hill, Gehazi hid the treasure in his house and dismissed the servants, thinking all was concealed. Elisha asked, "Where have you been, Gehazi?" He lied, "Your servant went nowhere." Elisha said, "Was not my spirit with you when the man stepped down from his chariot? Is this the time to take silver and clothes?" Elisha declared, "Naaman's leprosy will cling to you and your descendants forever." Gehazi went out, his skin white as snow. Naaman's story is one of pride, humbled, and healing freely given. Gehazi's story is a warning of greed and deceit. Through both, the Lord shows his mercy. God's power is not bound by wealth, status, or pride. Healing is found not in human strength, but in humble obedience. And that the God of Israel, the living God, shows mercy to those who seek him, even to a foreign commander, weighed down by leprosy, lifted up by grace.